Most traders are fighting over 5-minute candlesticks like pigeons over a drop sandwich. This is Moderna stock on the 1-hour time frame. And meanwhile, where most traders are doing that, the real decisions are being made on bigger time frames like the yearly and the quarterly charts that almost nobody even opens because it's like science fiction. I'm going to analyze Moderna and you're going to see the light. Okay. Today I'm going to break this down, Moderna stock, Nasdaq, MRNA, and I will show you how the 12 months demand imbalance at $29 per share stopped the decline after years of lower prices. We can see now that at 1-hour time frame that is printing highs and a high and a high and a high, and now lows and other lows. And you're going to see why this is happening, probably because you are unaware of what's going on in the bigger time frames. You are not going to need any indicators, no earnings drama. And no, this is not an intraday setup, and you can trade stocks between two coffees. Okay, so Moderna, probably you know what this company is all about because, well, it is a pharmaceutical company and biotech that became globally famous during COVID-19 thanks to the the virus, the vaccine. You remember? That's the context. Okay, and that's all we need to know. I am not analyzing balance sheets, revenues, or we can see that on the daily here, the earnings reports. Okay, the last one was on the 6th of November 2025, like more than a month ago. And all these reports have been positive in the last since May 2025. Okay, the last 3 were positive. And as you already know, I'm not taking into consideration news reports or fundamental stock analysis. This is not an intraday setup, okay? And this is Moderna stock. So why do we have these earning reports, okay, positive, and then price rallying? Because many times when you see positive reports, you have price dropping, okay? And when you see negative reports, like on this one, price just rallies, okay? So negative report, price rallies. Positive report, price rallies. Positive report, price drops. Positive report, it rallies. I mean, I have created a video on earnings stock analysis, okay? Like a few days ago, you can watch it and you will see the top 7 magnificent 7 stocks like Tesla, Google, Microsoft, Meta, all of them. What news are doing to those stocks? Nothing. Okay, but most traders are scared of stocks. Well, obviously because they are trading smaller time frames. They do stock intraday trading, scalp, and then obviously the volatility of these earnings could wipe their accounts out. Okay, but we are not doing that. Okay, we are using supply and demand and the bigger time frames. So, and everything that matters for trading is really printed on the chart, as you can see here on the daily. So why is the daily rally now? Why did the daily dropped here when there was positive news, and why did it rally here when there was negative news, earnings reports? It's because of the bigger time frames. Okay, and that's the part that most traders ignore. Time, okay, time value. We take a look at the candlestick like this one on the daily, and you can see price action. This is like the high, this is like the close, the open, and the low. Okay, and here same thing: open, close, high, and low. Okay, that's a candlestick. This is an engulfing pattern, a bearish engulfing pattern. This is a bearish piercing pattern. There are many other names like a morning star here. And that's price action candlestick, and the names you can call them yin yang, ping pong, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter as long as you understand the dynamics and the psychology behind candlestick and price action. But what most stock traders ignore is the time value, and I'm not talking about stock options like buying a call giving you the right to own shares of the stock, or selling a premium, or selling a put or a call. It gives you the obligation to deliver the stocks, the underlying, at expiration. It's about time, candlestick time. Nobody talks about the time of these candlesticks, okay, how long it takes to rally, or pause, or drop. Okay, so like I said, Moderna has been, we take a look at the weekly time frame, we can see now that Moderna stock has been doing nothing for many months. Okay, this is the picture of accumulation, but accumulation in stocks is irrelevant unless there is something that controls price. You can use whatever you want. I'm using supply and demand imbalances. Okay, so if accumulation happens in the middle of nowhere, it means nothing, because it could accumulate here and then start to rally and then drops again. Why? Because Moderna had a long-term short bias for many years. Okay, after the COVID-19 hype. Okay, so that, and this is not an opinion, it's visible on the price action. Okay, this doesn't lie. This is not like moving averages crossing or uncrossing or indicators, oscillators. During this decline on Moderna, okay, there were multiple opportunities to trade on the way down, to move lower. Okay, momentum traders and short-term strategies had plenty to do. And we take a look at the monthly. Okay, we can see after a very strong rally that happened after COVID-19, okay, we can see the rejection with those bearish wicks on the monthly, and this is telling us this is going to happen. Okay, and but now, as you can see here, Moderna has been stalling and accumulating since March 25, sorry. So it's been like 9 months, 10 months, doing nothing, accumulating, and now it's trying to rally. This is the bigger time frame, the monthly. Okay, so swing and long-term stock traders were waiting. So waiting is not usually sexy. Okay, women are, or men, if you are a woman watching this video, waiting doesn't sell any trading courses, and waiting doesn't give you dopamine. Okay, hitting on every 5 minutes because you are looking at the 5-minute or 15-minute chart. Okay, so now the 50 minutes dropping again. Why? Well, reasons for this. Bigger time frame, supply and demand levels. Okay, so the only thing that matters now is the 12 months demand level, and nobody looks at this. So when you take a look at the 12 months, okay, candlestick 12 months chart, look at this. So all those little tiny hourly, 50-minute and 4-hour and daily candlesticks are merged into these candlesticks, and now everything makes sense. Okay, so what happens? This is COVID-19. Oh, Moderna is selling millions, making millions with the vaccines. Well, I'm not going to give my opinion about this. I'm not vaccinated. Okay, didn't believe in that, and I never had a flu in my life. So, and well, my opinion is going to be reserved, because there will be people saying, oh, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter what I think, okay? It is what the big pharmaceutical and the big lobbies in the pharmaceutical sector or industry decide, okay? And then we all follow like sheep. So, so here, the demand level on the monthly has 12 months. Okay, has taken control. This is a large time frame. Okay, so Moderna stock, we can use this, okay, as to trade longs. We can see now in the smaller time frames, as I said before, accumulation happening with a context. We have the 12-month demand level in control. The bigger picture is bullish. Okay, although you might think it's bearish. But look at this. This is COVID happening, and then this is 2021. Then the COVID. Okay, everything is more or less solved. Okay, look at this bearish week on the 12th, 50% decline on Moderna stock after COVID hype was over, more or less. So what happened? Now Moderna stock drops. It took 4 years to drop, and now this is what we are expecting on Moderna. It's all about supply and demand, candlesticks, and price action. I'm not saying here that price must rally from here, that we should expect that. I'm not saying demand will win. It usually does. I'm not predicting anything, although I did predict the fall, and I'm most of the time right by predicting the rallies. So I'm saying something much more boring and much more powerful here by analyzing Moderna stock. I'm saying a price has reached a higher time frame demand imbalance. The single fact, that single fact changes everything for this stock. What made sense before reaching that zone, shorts on the way down, now it does not make sense once it's inside the zone and trying to react. So shorting, using bearish option strategies or selling CFDs or bearish strategies here scalping, it's not a good idea. Okay, it's the opposite. Could be selling here could be like I don't know, like selling umbrellas during a hurricane. Okay, so typical there in Florida in the U.S. in hurricane season. So it's not that. I mean, you're not allowed to do that. Now we have, after that sure decline, we are expecting Moderna to rally. Sometimes these levels are always short a little bit and then fakes out and rallies. And we can see now on the monthly time frame, after dropping for years, we can see the accumulation. As I said, this is a recap. Okay, so we should anchor our bias to the past, to what is happening here on the 12 months. So it's been bearish forever? No. It must keep going? No. Now a bigger time frame demand level has taken control on this Moderna stock. Markets don't work on memory, they work on location, and this is a great location. And when we took a look at the 6 months time frame, we also have a great location here with that 6 months area of demand after a decline of 3 years, more or less. Okay, and location is defined by supply and demand imbalances, not by emotions, opinions, or Twitter X threads, or whoever CEO of Moderna is saying, or the type of sandwich he likes for lunch. It doesn't really matter. So swing versus intraday stock trading, there are two completely different worlds. Intraday traders want fast moves. Okay, this is not going to be a fast move. This is investment. This is trading, but it becomes investment because you put some money on the plate and you expect that investment, that position to last for a long time. So you are not just scalping or doing intraday on this particular stock. You are buying and holding. That's investment. Okay, so they want short-term traders, swing and intraday stock traders. They want like fast move, constant action, immediate feedback. They want to, okay, this is the end of the day. I closed the position and made a lot of money. Okay, and that's usually unsustainable over a long period of time. So swing and long-term traders, stock traders, accept silence, doing nothing, boredom, weeks of doing nothing, or monthly, and now it is finally accumulating, and this could start rallying in the following months. On 2026, we're expecting this on Moderna stock. So most traders say that they won't swing trading results but behave like caffeinated scalpers. So you don't want to be a caffeinated scalper or intraday stock trader. Okay, and well, no wonder why their account looks like a medical chart like this. Okay, they are dying, several heart attacks. I don't want that in my life. I don't know if you want that in your life. I don't. Okay, so the yearly, quarterly, and 12 months time frames feel like science fiction to most traders, because retail traders at least, because a monthly candle can feel like too slow or taking forever. Imagine a 12. A quarterly candle feels like pointless, and a yearly candle like this one feels like, I don't know, ancient Roman history. Okay, so these are the exact time frames where institutions start placing their position. You can see the accumulation happening on the monthly. Okay, and risk is defined clearly, and noise disappears because you merge all those candlesticks, and now you can see the light. Okay, you don't need more trades, you need better locations. So this is Moderna stock analysis using supply and demand and price action strategy. So what can I say? What I kind of refuse to say. So price has reached the demand level on the 12th. Okay, on Moderna stock, this is not a place to be aggressive and short. It's a place to buy. Okay, and this is a long-term context imbalance or zone, not an intraday playground. Although you can start using bullish option strategies or scalp, etc., based on volatility. Okay. Trading is not about knowing the future, it's about knowing where you are. And now we are at this great imbalance in the 12 months. So I'm not calling entries, I'm not forecasting prices, and I'm not telling you what will happen next, only what is expected. Remember, this is for education purposes. So if you are trading Moderna on the smaller time frames, like the 5-minute chart, probably you are losing money, because on the 12 we're expecting this, but on the 5 it will be like this. Okay. So it's like trying to hit a target, okay, with your arrow from 100 meters away. Okay, I prefer to be like 1 meter away from the target and just hit it, and that is like trading the bigger time frames. Okay, so this analysis is about swing stock trading, long-term stock trading, investment, and supply demand strategy and price action strategies, and having the emotional stability to wait without clicking buttons. Okay, so but remember, bigger time frames don't move fast, they move capital, and capital does not care about your impatience. So let's see if Moderna starts to rally on the smaller time frames. Probably on the smaller time frame, we're going to see new imbalance here in the weekly. It could drop here to 25, 26 again before rallying again. So let's see. If you like these videos and the way I analyze the market, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. I will be glad to help you.